Motherhood doesn't dull your mind. Your habits do. And if your thoughts feel scattered and if you feel foggier this year than last year, that's conditioning. But the good news is that you can recondition your brain starting today. This is the Glow Up series for the mind, Motherhood Edition. Let's go. Hi, my name is Mona. I come from the Faroe Islands. I'm a mom of 3, 4, and under, and I help mothers master their mind through psychology, neuroscience, some slow living aspects from a biblical perspective, and I sprinkle some Nordic wisdom in there as well. And we are having so much fun while doing it. After 3 pregnancies, many different moves, and 0 margins, my brain wasn't just tired. It was undisciplined. And I decided to change that. This series teaches you exactly how I sharpened my mind again with real science, real faith, and real discipline. Today, we're going to talk about why your mind feels weak and the 3 habits that rebuild mental strength faster than anything. Now, let's get to work. First things first, mom brain is an actual thing. It's neurological load. Pregnancy and early motherhood actually reshape your brain. Not to weaken you, but to sharpen your instincts. But here's the catch. If you keep adding noise without recovery, your cognitive performance tanks. Now let's look into some research here. A study at UBC from 2016 says that gray matter shifts after pregnancy to improve maternal attunement, but it reduces available bandwidth for complex tasks. This means that you must train your brain consciously. It no longer operates on autopilot. Another research by Dr. Laura Glynn says that cognitive fog in mothers actually is caused by chronic overstimulation, not due to decline per se. In other words, by reducing inputs, your clarity actually returns. So if you've been blaming motherhood like I did, we're putting the blame on the wrong thing. It's actually because of overstimulation and overload. So let's try and fix this, shall we? Now, this first habit is all about controlling your inputs. And this may sting a little bit because it's true. You cannot glow up mentally if you consume like everyone else. Stanford's Clifford Nass, he found that chronic multitaskers, hello moms, have significantly lower working memory and attention span. And at all the screens, it drops even further. You don't just need a softer or slower season, you need fewer inputs. Proverbs 4:25-26 says, "Let your eyes look straight ahead. Fix your gaze directly before you. Give careful thoughts to the paths of your feet, and be steadfast in all your ways." Distraction is the enemy of a sharp mind. And after reading the book by C.S. Lewis, Screwtape Letters, I was so shocked when I read that book. I read it last summer. I was so convicted when I read that book. I read it every time I went to the pool this past summer with the kids. And each time I read it there, I felt so convicted. Because the truth is, the enemy, he doesn't want you dead per se. He wants to distract you from the glory of God. So my shift in this situation was cutting social media cold turkey. It wasn't like I'm going to try and be less on social media. I actually cut it cold turkey. Now, I'm not saying that you have to do the same thing if another method works for you, but I highly recommend to cut down the time that you doom scroll. Your brain is actually rotting. If your mind feels chaotic, check your inputs before you check your circumstances. Habit number 2. Feed your brain intentionally. Your brain cannot operate on junk inputs and expect elite performance. And that's what we're going for. We're going for elite performance. Why not? If I asked you a question about reading, are you happy with how many books you are reading recently? Because when I asked myself that question a couple months ago, the answer was a definite no-no. I just never got to read that book because I always had to do something else on my phone. I was just so distracted by the phone. So I started, after I cut my social media, I started picking up books. And reading actually deepens our neural pathways. If you know a second language or you really want to know a second language, that's another way to also really become focused and learning something new, putting your brain to work, the good kind of work. Studies also show that multilingual engagement sharpens executive function. Another thing that is super simple that you can feed your brain intentionally with is classical music. Do you like classical music? Because I didn't think I used to like classical music, but apparently research shows that it increases sustained attention. That's pretty magnificent. And I went straight to start listening to classical music at either as I was working or as I was working out, or I even put it on a speaker in our living room with our children. These small habits really rewired my brain and it built my mind to be more focused and more strong. So here's a list of a couple small habits that you can start today. Read instead of scrolling. Write even if it's just one sentence daily. If you know other languages or you want to start learning a new language, then start today super slowly. Start cooking real food from scratch. If you really want to be on social media, then I would highly recommend the app Substack. I have met a lot of beautiful people on Substack and they are writing so magnificently well that I wanted to aspire to become an even better writer after reading the things that people really pour their heart into. And these things may seem simple, but I wouldn't describe them as hobbies per se. I would almost describe it as mental training. And remember, we cannot complain about the foggy brain if we're feeding our mind trash. Habit number 3. Reset your nervous system like an athlete. When the body is fried, the mind follows. Period. Now, this may be controversial or weird, but cold plunging truly has changed my brain and my mindset completely. I'll get deeper into cold plunging in a different video, but at the moment, I just want to share with you that cold plunging, or even starting with a cold shower, it truly wakes your brain up and you almost don't need that coffee. The mood is better, you are able to focus better. It is incredible what cold plunging has done to my brain in 3 months. And then it's strength training. Ladies, our muscles, they atrophy after the age of 30 slowly, and we really need those muscles. So working out by lifting weights and focusing on strength is so important for our mental health, but also for our physical health. You will feel so much better because you feel stronger in your body. And then the last thing is the sauna. Now, I understand if you don't have a sauna in your house. My husband and I actually invested into one when we moved to America because I love saunas. I grew up with saunas because I'm from Scandinavia. It's just so rejuvenating to use sauna. There is so much research on what it does to the body and to the mind. We have an infrared sauna. It's like a sauna box, and spending 15 minutes in that is just so rejuvenating, especially now that it's a lot colder and especially now that we're cold plunging as well. I like to get back to body temp after each one, both when I cold plunge but also when I sauna. And the way you do it, there's a kind of a routine to do it, and I can get into that later. But I just want you to start thinking about at least going and exploring the sauna world. If you don't have a sauna in your house, which most people probably don't, there should be saunas available somewhere in your town. Just go check it out. Just see if you like it and see if you feel a lot better after sweating all of those toxins out. And of course, remember to hydrate. A foggy mind is often because of a stressed body. See if you can do something with your body. See if you can change something in your routine where you put movement in there. You put cold plunging or cold showers in there. You put some heat on your body where you sweat. I guarantee that if you are not doing these things and you start doing these things, build some muscles, focus on strength, and then put some heat on your body. If you're not doing these things right now, and you will start doing them right now, and you will start doing them consistently, you will see a huge change in the way you think and in the way you feel. Now, what does the real mental glow up look like? It's not aesthetic and it doesn't happen overnight. But here's what happens. Your thoughts, they slow down. You're able to finish tasks, or at least parts of it, more than you usually do. You will start remembering why you walked into a room. I always forgot, I swear. Daily, I forgot why I walked into a room. You carry direction instead of chaos. You will feel mentally strong. You will feel physically strong, not just reactive and trying to survive the day. Mental strength built through discipline. If you are serious about rebuilding your mind and you want a framework that hits mind, body, spirit, calling, join my free workshop, Radical Renewal. I'll show you the exact system I use to coach mothers out of mental chaos into clarity and strength. If this video hit home, that workshop will change your momentum. You can sign up in the link down below. It's all free. You don't get a new mind by waiting for life to calm down. You get a new mind by training it. Now, this was a series, and if you liked this video, then I highly suggest that you click on this video next.